So today we're doing something a little bit different. We're at the Redwood Forest in Warburton, only half an hour away from the Mount Evelyn branch. And as you can see, we're surrounded by redwood trees here. Jeff and I are here just celebrating the beauties of these trees.
It was beyond my wildest expectations, this forest. They were planted in the 1930s, but they've been so meticulously planted into a grib formation. They grow so tall and grow so straight.
Being in a forest would settle anybody. I think about the history, I think about the people who planted these trees, I think about the lives of these trees. I think we see a connection with timber from a living thing. That's part of the beauty of wood.
As a tree grows, it absorbs carbon and gives off a bit of oxygen. That's why some people call it the lungs of the earth. Our biggest frustration is when you compare it to our major competitors, which is concrete and, say, steel. How are those products made? They're made from making giant holes in the ground. Then you get tailings as a byproduct. They just sit there. And then to reprocess and make their products, they need fantastic amount of energy to do it. And in the process of that energy that they're using, they're giving off greenhouse gases as well into the atmosphere. Our stuff here grows on solar energy, the sun. That's what grows our basic product.
We're sort of defendants of timber, we really are. It cops a fair bit. Builders are pretty quick to blame wood for a lot of problems. And it's great being with Jeff because we do a bit of investigative work and we often find that, it's not really the wood's fault. That's a great saying, Jeff. It's, very rarely the wood's fault. Timber's a living thing, it's hygroscopic, takes up moisture, loses moisture depending on, its environment. And these are really basic things that, people need to understand when they're working with wood.
We're not just timber suppliers. We're there to help the customer wherever we can, particularly if he's got an issue, whether that be a problem with the floor itself. We just don't walk away from it. We try and help the customer to overcome the problem or point out what the cause of the problem was. So I think that's where Bowens have got the expertise that a lot of our competitors haven't got. And that's what I call makes a timber merchant, proper timber merchant anyway, not just a timber merchant seller. I'd love to be here in another 100 years just to see how tall and how big they are. It would be fantastic. Perhaps I'll come back in another life just to see that.